UK sends Scimitar tanks to Ukraine border, a strategic move to maintain stability. In response to rising tensions on the Ukrainian border, the UK has taken the dramatic step of sending Scimitar reconnaissance tanks to the region. This decision marks a significant shift in the UK's foreign policy and demonstrates its commitment to preventing conflict escalation in the region. The Scimitar tank deployment is an unusual move and has led to speculation about its purpose. It is known that Ukraine faces a real threat from Russia, which has occupied Crimea and is involved in the conflict in the Donbas region. The Scimitar, while not a heavy tank, has exceptional reconnaissance capabilities and can provide Ukrainian forces with vital information about enemy activity along the border. This move can be interpreted as an act of solidarity from the UK towards Ukraine, which has struggled to maintain its sovereignty from foreign threats. While the move does not create a completely risk-free situation, the presence of the Scimitar tanks could give Ukraine additional confidence and deter provocations from other parties. The UK has emphasized that the delivery of the tanks is not an aggressive act, but rather a precautionary measure to prevent the escalation of a conflict that could jeopardize regional peace. The presence of the Scimitar tanks can also be seen as a strong message to Russia that the UK and its allies are prepared to act decisively to maintain stability in Eastern Europe. The move could also open the door for other countries in NATO to provide similar support to Ukraine, forming a common front in support of the country's sovereignty and security. By sending Scimitar tanks, the UK is also showing that it is willing to be at the forefront of defending democratic values and human rights in Europe. While the delivery of these tanks could lead to further tensions with Russia, the UK has shown that they will not back down in the face of threats to their allies. The Scimitar, with its mobility and speed, can be an invaluable asset in border reconnaissance operations, providing Ukrainian forces with vital information on enemy activity. Its presence could also increase Ukraine's deterrence, providing additional protection against potential invasion or aggression from other parties. The move also reflects the UK's role as a major player in international diplomacy, demonstrating that it is prepared to act to defend peace and stability. By taking this step, the UK is also sending a strong message to the world that they are prepared to take concrete action to support their allies in times of difficulty. The delivery of the Scimitar tanks could also help strengthen the relationship between the UK and Ukraine, demonstrating a long-term commitment to supporting the country's development. While this move does not resolve the conflict in Ukraine, it is a small step towards maintaining stability in the region. The UK hopes that this move will help curb the potential for conflict escalation on Ukraine's borders and encourage a diplomatic solution to the long-running dispute. By sending Scimitar tanks, the UK has shown that it is prepared to be at the forefront of maintaining peace and security in Eastern Europe. It is also a reminder that the conflict in Ukraine is not only a regional problem, but also threatens global stability.